Good morning, everyone. My name is Faranya. Good morning. On Friday, the 22nd of March, 2024. I hope you and I are having a lovely day. I'm just about to have my English breakfast this morning. Having my fried potato, fried bacon, fried eggs, and some toast. I've got some baked beans as well.สวัสดีตอนเช้าๆค่ะทุกคนสบายดีกันไหมคะวรัญญากำลังจะทานอาหารเช้านะคะวันนี้มีทอดมะเขือเทศทอดเบคอนมีไข่ดาวมีขนมปังปิ้งมีเบคบีนของเขาค่ะเบคบีนของคนอังกฤษเขานะคะวันนี้ทาน English breakfast having English breakfast this morning everyone I got appointment to see solicitor this morning about my flat in Croydon because over here we have landlord dispute so I have to seek legal advice for civil litigation is I have some outstanding during the last year where the boiler was out of order for the whole year. So I have some of the outstanding because my landlord was not fix my boiler for the whole last year. And now they have just fixed the boiler in January just gone. So they now try to demand some of the outstanding that I refused to pay because the boiler was not working. They demand me to pay in the lump sum. I didn't say I'm not going to pay. I will pay, but I want to pay by like monthly installment or weekly installment for the outstanding that they said, Anyway, the outstanding that they said I need to pay, the amount is far too high than the reality. In there, at least a minimum of 3 months have to be waived off before they can say that is outstanding. Because of that, the amount was far beyond the realistic that they demand me to pay in the lump sum. So I need to seek legal advice and see if they maybe the amount will come down minimum of 3 months less, plus now I need to see solicitor. I will have to also minus the legal cost as well, because when I offered to pay them, they said the amount I offered to pay them back by installment was far too little. and they want me to pay back in lump sum, you know. So I don't think many people can afford to pay them back in lump sum, whatever they said we have it outstanding, you know. If people willing to pay and they still stay in the flat, they're willing to pay back by installment, weekly, monthly, on top of their normal rent. That is reasonable, isn't it? But if they're gonna make it very harsh, like, oh, you not pay us in the lump sum in the amount that we request, then you out, you know. Then I need to seek legal advice and see what they say, what we can do, you know. The thing is, the problem with the boiler not fixed in our flat the last year. It not just happened to me, you know. It happened for the whole block, for the whole building. The whole building have about 60, 70 flats. They even send the email out to the tenants, tell tenants to not get together and go and see solicitor, you know. They demand the tenant to pay in a lump sum in amount that they request, but the amount they said, but the outstanding amount they said that we need to pay, it was not correct, you know. It's far too high. The money that they said they will deduct it out for us, they didn't do it. It still stand there, you know. The months they said, oh, we will waive it off for you or giving you as a credit. It's not deduct off the amount they said we have it outstanding. So we now need to seek legal advice and see what we could do to bring the amount down to the reality, and then we can pay it back by installment, affordable installment on top of our normal rents, you know. demand lump sum from every single tenant and tell them, oh, you can't give us the lump sum, then you're out. Whereas the whole last year we having no boiler. I know the boiler is fixed now in January, it's just gone, but the whole last year we have no boiler, so that need to take into consideration as well, you know. So let's see what the solicitor say today, what we could move forward with. But whatever he said his fee will be, I will have to let him deduct it off the outstanding amount, because the landlord, they being unrealistic, demand the lump sum, whereas I did offer the installment amount weekly. They said it's too small for them. They become unrealistic, demand the lump sum, you know. So that it cost me to go to cost me to go and see solicitor. So I will have to let the solicitor deduct the fee of the total outstanding amount. The amount that they say I own them was far unrealistic, you know. Even though I still offer to pay them back weekly, you know, at the amount that I can afford weekly. Then they turn around and say, no, we want it in lump sum, you know. You can't pay that in lump sum, then you're out, you know. So I need to seek solicitor to put the amount down to the realistic, and then we're still gonna pay them back by installment at the affordable amount weekly, you know. So I got appointment with the solicitor at 11:30 today. Now the landlord send a spy to do some work outside my flat, listening to what I'm saying when I'm on live, you know. They got 70 flats in the blocks, you know. They're not going to do some work over there first, you know. They come and doing work. They come to do the work outside my flat, listening to what I'm saying when I'm on live, you know. Spy, you know. It's the same as when we the same as when they send an email out to on the tenants saying because we have no boiler for the whole 60-70 flat and 60-70 flats in the building, yeah, they said, oh, you're not to get together and go and seek legal advice, use the legal battle against them, you know. They send the email out. And now they send a spy come to do the work outside my flat while I'm on live, you know, be the earwig to hear what I'm talking, what I'm saying about, you know. Because the whole last year 60-70 block was suffering with no boiler, no hot water, you know. So people want to get together and go to see solicitor, use the legal battle against them, you know. So they send email out telling people, no, you're not to get together, you know. You're not to use the legal battle against us, you know. That's why you got no heating, no hot boiler for the whole 60-70 flats in the building. And now they send the man out, standing, doing some work outside my flat, listening what I'm talking when I'm on live, you know, in case I'm gonna go and seek legal advice for what they try to get the lump sum out of me for the unrealistic amount they said, you know. Unrealistic amount they said, I offer them installment weekly at the affordable amount. They say, no, your offer too small amount, you know, we can't accept that. We want the lump sum, you know. You can't pay the lump sum we want. You can't pay the lump sum we ask for, you out, you know. I'm just a student nurse, guy. I'm skin, you know, because with my commitment, with my assignment and exam, my lesson, I am can't still working full time. So at the moment, I only work as a bank healthcare assistant at a hospital. I got income coming, just enough to pay my rent, enough to get my shopping and live on, you know. So for them to demand the lump sum, was it the lump sum that unbelievable amount for the outstanding, that it wasn't realistic amount, you know. It's not something I can afford to do, you know. I can pay them weekly affordable amount off for the outstanding on top of my rent. That is reasonable. But when they tell me the figure of the outstanding, which is unrealistic, and they demand a lump sum, it's not something that me as a student nurse can afford to do that, you know. So I need to seek legal advice and see what they could do to help me, you know. At least bring the amount down to the realistic, and then offer the payment plan, you know, weekly at the affordable amount for the realistic amount that I need to pay them, you know. It's something I'm looking to see the outcome from the solicitor today. But of course, I'm a student nurse. There's no way I can afford the solicitor fee. So that will have to deduct off the amount that I'm gonna pay the landlord back, you know. Student nurse rely on student finance, rely on NHS bursary, rely on working bank chip now and then. The amount we can afford as student nurses, paying our rent, our bill, getting a little bit of shopping, you know, pay for transport to get to work and to get to university. So to afford to pay off the lump sum somewhere that is not even the amount that you own it, it's not something we can do or afford to do, you know. It's not something that we can do, or it's not something that we can do, and it's not something we can afford to do, you know. Yesterday at uni, during the lesson, understand health and illnesses, I heard my classmate they present about the new building in Ealing of University of West London. University of West London, they have the new building built in Ealing that is going to be the Faculty of Medicine at University of West London. So I have asked the tutor in the class, I'm already a student nurse at uni. Is it possible for me to transfer from student nurse into medicine? So my tutor, they said, possibly by doing the unit transfer, you know, doing the credit transfer. So basically, some module, some credit I have already done as student nurse can be transferred into medicine. but at the medicine they may only accept a few credit from nursing, and some credit I may have to start from the beginning again. So it means I may have to start from the first year at medicine if they allow me to transfer from nursing into medicine. But at least I'm hoping that my student finance from nursing will also transfer with me into medicine. So it means my one time off student finance will be more useful paying for my medicine degree. So I'm hoping, finger crossed, that the uni will allow me to transfer from nursing into medicine. I have to wait and see. If it is doable, if they allow me, then will be my birthday present, guys. From this September, I will be starting first year medical student. So I won't be second year nursing student, but instead I will be continue as the first year medical student. So my first year nursing will be my pre-med year, basically. Class it as a pre-med year. So we'll have to wait and see, because student finance, they only allow you to have one time for one bachelor degree in the UK. So I cannot wait until I complete nursing and then apply for another one for medicine. So if it is applicable for me to transfer from nursing into medicine with this one time of student finance, I will do so at the University of West London, and then I will take my first year nursing as my pre-med year, and then from this September I will be starting as a first year medical student at University of West London. So we'll have to wait and see if they will allow me to transfer, you know. If it is, they allow me to transfer, that is my birthday present, guys. My birthday present. Still, guys, even I'm allowed to transfer into my first year medical school this September as a medical student, I still cannot afford to give anyone the lump sum unbelievable amount that they ask for, especially for something that I'm not even on it, you know. I'm not on them, you know. I might own them some, but not the amount they said I did, you know. As a medical student, we're still relying on student finance and NHS bursary, you know. We're not rich as a medical student. Even when we qualify as a doctor, we're still not rich, you know. Junior doctor have to go on strike for their wages, you know, because our wages is not bullion compared to unbelievable amount of student finance that we have to pay back, you know. even a consultant medical doctor, on that years of experience, on that year of study, the amount of responsibility they will have, they get paid was around at the moment 88K a year. It's still a lot compared to the average population, but with the responsibility that they have on a daily basis, it's not a lot, That's why they have to go on strike, Consultant doctor, junior doctor, they're on strike at the moment for their wages, Unbelievable amount of lump sum that the landlord asks. No one on earth that can afford to give them, especially something that they not even own it, Even they own it, that not the amount they say they did, If they said the weekly installment amount I offer that is far too small for them, then the doctor nurses is not their target customer to live in this block. If they expect to have a better customer than doctor nurses to live in this block, they need to do a lot of refurbishment, Not this. They got no facility basically, yeah. Even the whole last year we got no hot water, no boiler, They need to have the better customer than doctor nurses to live in this block. They need to knock this building down and rebuild, to be in a better state, to get better customer than doctor nurses. They need to knock the whole building down, rebuild as a new build flat, make it look very nice. Then they may be able to attract the customer that is not doctor or nurses, And a lot of doctors and nurses that live in London Borough, they a lot of them live in the share house anyway. Not solely the few of them that come out live in the private flat because of they have because they married, got family, got children. They can't live in the share houses. Whereas the young one, single one, or the new wed couple, they can still live in the share houses. but some couple they got children and things like that, they can't still live in the share houses, then they come out to have the private renting flat, you know. So if they then have the outstanding amount, because they rely on the NHS wages, they still gonna ask to pay back by installment, either weekly or monthly, you know. There's no way that they're gonna pay someone off in the lump sum, you know, on their basic salary from the NHS, you know. Basic salary from the NHS is just enough for you to live on, pay your rent, your bill, pay for your travels. Luxury, if you can have the luxury holiday, you know, that is luxury. But to pay someone else's in the lump sum is not something they can afford to do. You know, they have to somehow pay back by installment, you know, because we as a NHS worker, NHS staff, we have to fight for our rights, fight for our wages. Although the government didn't give us any support, didn't help us, you know. The income from the strike during COVID, the lump sum that we've been given, not even cover a month rent, you know. So our rise, our wages that people that they think they give us a rise, is not a rise, you know. Not even the pay rise that we've been given, not even pay for our 1 week shopping each month, you know. So to demand unbelievable amount of lump sum is not something we can afford, you know, as a doctor, nurses that rely on the NHS wages, you know. We can pay you by installment if you want us to pay you back, you know, on top of our normal rent, you know. That we have to stretch our budget for that, you know. So even we pay you back by monthly or weekly installment, we have to stretch our budget for that, you know, because our wages from the NHS is not a lot, you know. To demand unbelievably lump sum is not something that anyone can afford, you know. The wages from the NHS is not a lot per month, you know. Even you earn 80, 90K a year, but 40% of that was tax. So you don't take home much each month, you know. It's only the high figure, but the take home is not a lot because 40% of that was go on tax, you know. So at the moment, I'm just hoping that University of West London will allow me to transfer from nursing into medicine. I don't mind to start from the first year at medical school, at University of West London. I don't mind to class my first year nursing degree as a pre-med year, and then start first year at medical student at the same University of West London, as long as I can transfer my student finance across from nursing degree into medicine into medical school. We have to wait and see if it is applicable. If they allow me to do that transfer, then will be my birthday present. Then from this September, I will be medical student, start my first year at medical school at University of West London. But anyhow, I will still attend my placement for my nursing anyway this year. I will try to pass on my assignment and exam, attend my placement for my nursing, to complete my first year as normal as a student nurse, and then we'll see if they will allow me to transfer from nursing student into medicine student from this September onward. Anyhow, nursing student or medical student, I'm still skin, I'm still relying on student finance, still relying on NHS bursary, still relying on my bank healthcare assistant, so I still cannot afford to pay anyone in the big lump sum amount, I can only pay by monthly or weekly installment, pay things off that way, my outstanding, my loan, whatever. Have to manage to pay them off by installment at the amount I can afford, weekly, monthly, whatever. So thank you very much everyone for watching. Now I'm gonna go and get ready, go and get the paperwork ready, and go and see my solicitor at 11:30 this morning, and take it from there. Hopefully I will get given a useful advice, and we'll get some help to keep the roof above my head, and then be able to sorting out the agreement amount, affordable amount. Have a good day everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.